piece of crap. Alright. Having some technical difficulties, but we got it squared away. Not sure why the camera is not centered in the block, but whatever, I'm not messing with it right now. We are on episode 55. Just survived us another volcanic winter. While that was going on, we were stealing food and supplies from our other islands to keep Cinis good, which it did. We didn't really have too much of an issue. And then we pre-planned all of our next city area. This will be the largest I've done yet. But we've got all of our marvels and all of our big buildings and all the important ones pretty well spread out. Problem is we pretty much decimated our building supplies. So while we wait for those to catch up a little bit, I was going to address the fact that I don't have very many oats or hemp coming in, or sheep. But for some reason, and even pigs are starting to drop down, the trade of those, we're making enough, and it's relatively close, but it's not accounting for the fact that the ships are getting bogged down actually delivering the goods. So I feel like each island needs to be producing probably like 20-30% more than what I actually want. So we're going to come over here. I feel like actually food is way more important. So we're going to get the porridge fixed first, because they're making 32 tons of porridge a minute here, and Cinis is requiring only 31. So should be fine, right? No. They're out, and part of that is due to the travel time of the ships going back and forth. Oats. We got oats and bread coming from here. And even then, it's only 150. That should be a full ship at 300 every time. But so what we need to do first is we need population. So we're going to go ahead because we need more farms. But to run the farms, we need the people. We're going to start with just one for now. And what is it going to use? 4 per. Alright. And we're just going to keep packing them in back here. Feel like these should probably be a little bit closer, but we'll see. Yeah, okay, we're doing alright. Yeah. Going further back, so yeah, I'm going to put these a little closer. Alright, we got festivals, fuel efficiency. Oh man, that'll be nice. And income and knowledge. That'll work. As long as we keep getting enough population. I wonder, can I fit one more back here? Wow, that's not what's supposed to happen there. get some more. Let's make sure we got the rest of our hemp field in here. Come on, fill in the gaps. There we go. So what's that going to have us at now? That is going to be making 44 tons. They're barely using any. Let's make sure. Yeah, now we need more population because we're maxed out, and we're not making enough fish and everything else. Alright. Now we're good on fish. Obviously we're good on oats, but we need another porridge maker. Okay. There's no warehouses over there. Alright, and what else we got going on? Plenty of sheep, not enough hats. Throw in another hat maker. Do we only have one hat maker? Where were we even getting our hats from? Okay, well that's weird. So we'll be good on hats. We're still good on sheep and tunics. We're gonna need one more tunic maker. That's what happens. You add the people, now you gotta add all the crap. We got one there. Not too worried about spreading these things out. I'm just trying to get this island making enough food for Cinis. If we're gonna complete out the block, we might as well get a few people out of it. Alright. I think we're sitting good now. We got plenty going on. Hopefully this will improve the amount of ships, or the amount of supplies we're sending over here. So oats, alright. Oats are slowly creeping up. But now let's go check out the hemp on this island. Kind of the same issue. We don't have enough people to build a bunch more farms. So we're going to go ahead and tack on another city block here. I don't remember how many more farms I built over there, but we're going to do essentially the same thing here. I didn't realize I had all this space back here. Put it too far down. Alright. So we are too far from that warehouse, even with concrete. Too far from there. Yeah, we're not going to make that. So we're definitely going to have to put in a warehouse. Really? Okay, reach it. Nope. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's start getting some more. Wrong button. So yeah, to account for the travel time, we've got to start overproducing more. Ooh, and we are out of people. Alright, that's it for our people, and kind of like we did on the other one, used all of our people, and now we need to make more food, and we don't have enough people for that, so we are gonna tack on another island, take care of what we have to. Alright, we gotta wait for those houses to catch up. Alright, so good on fish now. We got enough oats, not enough porridge. Throw in a porridge maker, dude. Do I have a warehouse out here? I do, okay. Slightly better layout than the other island. Alright, we are still working on making him not mad at us, so we're gonna go... Which one was it? Plus 10, minus 3 happiness for Cinis. So no, we're just going to ignore this one. 20 bucks, get the belief. That's fine. Waiting for... Okay, so we got... That's good, that's good. We need another spinner, another hat maker. Just like the other island. We're alright. Hats. Clothes. Miss the mark on you. There we go. Alright, and eventually that food will catch up. I also need to finish building this aqueduct, so we're going to have to get some materials. Sent these ships down here to steal everything. We got a wood ship. We're going to borrow all their tiles. As soon as it lets me, there we go. We're going to see how much concrete we can get out of them too. We're not doing anything here for a while. All these goods are just sitting out here wasting. And I already know that we're going to use a ton of them. Alright, hold on. One of these is a trade ship I can't be messing with. There we go. Alright, these guys are actually going to stop over here on their way back to help me finish this aqueduct here, so we could boost up this production. So same thing, we are now making 54 tons potentially out of there. Get some water for these other ones, and this should help a lot too. Alright, let's see now that we've had oats going for a couple minutes. Oats they're starting to trend up. That's what we've been waiting on. So we'll keep an eye on it, see if we need to increase it anymore. But we are making enough porridge when we have the oats for it. And then same thing, we're making enough tunics when we actually have hemp for it. So hopefully with those upgrades to those islands, we'll be able to get more going back and forth. Yeah, they're just not making enough. Alright. I think it might be 72. It's going to take a while to build all this, so we're going to go ahead and at least the buildings nearby. Kind of do this section by section as we build it up. Don't need to worry so much about the aqueducts just quite yet, because these are all going to be, I kind of think I'm going to do tier 1. Oh, this one actually wants it. What does this guy want? A request from the Emperor. We have 10 million. He wants 50,000. Okay. Done deal. Easy enough. I do not want to do trees or nothing yet, so I'm going to just make a fresh city block for us to stamp out around the map. Ooh, and it's not even a good judge, because right now we're down off of our population because of the whole hemp and porridge thing. Definitely going to need to figure out what I'm going to do about fish here in a minute, because this is going to take a lot of... Dang it, missed it by that much. I'm just going to start slapping them down. We'll see how it turns out long term. Yeah, we need to leave a couple blank spots as well. So when we start building more porridge and tunics and hats and stuff, we got a place to put those guys. We might actually just call this section good. After this row. It's going to be very interesting to see how bad this affects our supply chains. I mean, that's a good size right there. We still got to wait for the rest of our supplies to get over here. Can I break this aqueduct into 2 runs? Because that's a lot of material. That's almost 300 of everything. Cost isn't so much the issue. That is a lot of crap, though. Can I build you? Yeah, there we go. Which one of these? Oh, yeah, I was going to bring you over here to build this. I don't know where my fleet of supply ships have gone. They're just slowly trucking around somewhere. Alright, let's see what this has done to our supply needs. Fish, we're at 37 of 40. We have some room for the fish, so we'll go ahead and just start plugging those guys in. Might as well just max it out, because I have a feeling that's where we're at now. If I can move all of these down 1 block. Nope, won't let me do it. won't let me move that out anywhere. Well, that is pretty close to the end of fishies for us. I can only fit one there, maybe a couple over here. But then I won't be able to extend out if we need any more of the salt or silica. So we're going to leave that there just for those ones. I mean, we still have plenty of room in here in our harbor. So if we need to, but I think that's the end of our beach. We might have to actually start using some of this space, redo our defenses. Where's that put us at for fish now, though? 47. Alright, so we do have some wiggle room on that. That's good. There we go. What do I need to build you guys? I need about 50 of everything.
What could you possibly require?
So we'll drop off. Man. Dang, ship got in the way. Drop off 50 concrete. One of these has tile. Near too far. Drop off 50 of you. And now we can build. Now let me select the aqueduct, come on. Alright. 57, alright. We'll leave what we have here. Get our supplies up here, where we need it. I gotta fix a couple of these houses I misplaced. Alright, fish is good. Oats are bringing in, but we are down a couple of the porridge maker dudes. So let's go ahead and find them some homes. Unfortunately, where was he? There he is. Some of the leftover ones we had were randomly placed, not spaced out very well. Alright, porridge will be matched. Let's see if we can get one more out. I want to try to stay ahead of it a little bit if possible. But I feel like we'll just have to continue messing with that. Alright. Porridge will be ahead. Tunics down. There is a warehouse here, so I can put one here. And hats were down 3. Once again, stack these things right on top of each other. So we'll go ahead and move. Which one are you? Hat maker? So one of the things I did was added officiums in here so we could see what we got. Residents in range will get 1.2. It's not really a big deal, but it's something. There's got no farms, no refineries, water consumption for farms. Ooh, that might actually be good to put on one of our other islands. How's our... What are you? Alright, let's get back to the hats. My bad. Squirrel. Oh, we got this right here. Okay. Keep it close to the warehouses. Alright, oat seems to be at least staying up. Hemp is staying up. We just got to wait for all the goods to actually correlate with those. Bread is not holding up. And we're not even done with any of these tier 2. You know, I was trying to keep from making a bunch of bread here because we don't have enough river slots. We might have to... How much bread does Titiana have? They have no bread. None. They have all the grain. All the... They got everything else they need. We need to... Skellington's always ready to burn. Yeah, we know. No one cares. Alright, we're gonna slap on a bunch more bread makers here on Titiana. Gonna make sure that they got enough coal for all that. A little bit down. They got any open mines? No? Well, looks like we're going with the old school charcoal burners right here. At least we got a fire station within range of all that. Alright, good. Oh, we do not have games going. Yeah, that's right. It wouldn't let me start games because we were in the middle of a whole thing there. We got games going here? We do. Oh, hey, what's this girl want? Oh no, a terrible accident. You ruined a book again.
The golden apps. At least that's a terrible accident, like I said. But no use crying over spilt wine. You wouldn't happen to have any materials at hand?
She's gonna give us a bunch of crap to do.
Waiting for your decree.
Alright. So now that we have that, we're gonna go ahead and build this with all the supplies we do have. We're just gonna turn on water where we need it though. Which for right now is just these two. And it should get... So now they got water. You know, let's build the bathhouse too. So that is gonna bring our health a lot better in check. Or at least I thought it would. Yeah, I don't know why we can't get our health squared away. I think it might just be one of those things that we're just going to have to deal with. And happiness? Like, why not? There's green arrows on everything. I think we're just going to deal with riots and everything. We're going to have to. Alright.
Time flies, as do we. We advance.
Alright. Still not happy. Oats and everything are just not keeping up. Got all these ships dropping these goods off.
We stand waiting.
They're dropping off another. He's waiting on flax. Huh. Importing everything is, it's not looking like it's all that working out for me. We are now out of sheep. Pigs are kind of hanging in there. But I'm wondering if it's just we're not getting enough to it, because I feel like we're making enough. What do we got over here? This is our livestock island, right? They got a fair amount. I think it's just all en route is the problem. We're gonna just keep trucking along, and I feel like it'll be easier to actually finish. What is this quest line? Like, what does she want? Oh, we need to deliver 10 tons of sheep and 10 tons of wheat. What? I don't even have any wheat here because we're making all the bread off island.
Waiting for your decree.
That is stupid. I'm waiting on something as simple as wheat, and I can't. Where's my bread island? That's over here. So now I gotta go over here just to borrow 10 wheat and 10 sheep. That's a bit ridiculous. So I feel like after I get this whole area built up and we see what we really need, it'll be a little bit easier to address how much hemp and how much of everything that I need to be sending there. Because at this point, like, we're way overproducing here. It's maxed out on hemp. I guess the problem is I'm just not getting enough hemp in here. Because there's another 200 hemp just waiting to go in. What's this ship right now? I could add ships to it, but they're just going to get more and more stuck in the queue. Let's see, we have extra gopher ships. So let's see what another. So Umbra. There we go. Just say there we go, another like 300. If that's what it is, then we're just gonna have to add more ships to each one. They'll be bringing over less each time, but just a consistent movement. Because I don't know what's taking this boat so damn long to get out of there. But I've had 200 hemp waiting to come into this port forever. Like, I've done all the research. I've only made it go as fast as we can. What goods? And well, I guess I could specify what's allowed to come in here. I'm not sure that's going to help me too much. But, alright. Let's get back to building with reckless abandon. How many can we add? And how bad is it going to ruin everything? Because right now I'm only worried about the first tier citizen supply goods. When we start throwing in second tier and we're adding bread and olive oil and some of those other things that are going to come with tier 2 and tier 3, we're going to have a lot more supply chain issues. So it'll be interesting to see. Come on. There we go. So that is everything between the aqueducts. We need to build the goods, the city services around here.
Your people are ailing.
Ah, there we go. People be dying. And I actually think this was a weak spot in my plan here. Let's see. Yeah, there was a weak spot in there. You know what? We got the money. We'll just go ahead and throw in another hospital. Who cares that there's one just a few blocks away? Free healthcare for all. So, how much water we got left? Alright, we're still sitting okay. I think I counted them out when I was building it to make sure we were going to have enough. Yeah, we should be fine. Alright, all of our sick people are being met. Alright, oats are hanging in. Kinda. Porridge is somewhat tracking up. Fish are doing okay. I might just have to start adding more ships to these things. Alright. We sent this guy over here to pick up 10 sheep. Thing is, some of these other islands are just maxed out on these things. It's just, I don't know if it's worth bringing. Are they making their, oh, they're making bread for us. Yeah, bread is just steadily going down. Trade routes. So we're already borrowing 50 from there, but they're not keeping up at all either. But we definitely just upgraded a whole bunch of theirs. So hopefully theirs will start to... Borrowing 50 from there, and that's still leaving enough with them. Some of these other smaller islands that are maxed out on wheat, I don't know if taking 50 tons at a time is gonna deplete them. So let's just check. This is plucked vulture land, PVL. So we do have room. So what if for right now we just throw in an extra 50? Pay their taxes. And we'll see if they're able to maintain enough at least. Alright, slandering the governor. Custodes drag a maniacal young man into your presence. This citizen of Cinis was arrested in the act of defiling your name in the public square. He called me an idiot, a liar, and a corrupter of providences. Will you punish me? Happiness. Negative. I'll take the happiness boost. We've been making strides towards old man hating us, so I'll take the -5 for the plus in happiness. Because yeah, it's not looking good for us right now. Which I'm not sure why our happiness is so low. We have games going. Frequency is looking at like once a half an hour. A big one every 4 hours. Yep. Don't know why. We should be having plenty of festivals. Actually, I think it wouldn't let us do the festival because we are in the middle of a volcanic winter. So hopefully when those games end and we do the next one, that will help us. Gotta make these the pretty ones. There we go. There's the fire, and I did see where it was, and I didn't pay attention. We are running low on goods again. That's why I'm kind of slow rolling this, but I would like to build up this peninsula up there. We might need to
Salve.
send some boats to go grab us some more building supplies again. Alright, we brought those. Let's hit her up before they get used by something.
Thank you ever so much, dear. I'll have this fixed in no time. I might even improve on the plot of the play.
Yeah, sure, whatever, lady.
We stand waiting.
Alright, hemp is definitely doing better. But we're just not making enough tunics to get ahead. Oats is still hanging in there. Same thing, we're just not making enough porridge. I could have swore that we were building... Now those did not show that. We are ahead on both of these. We're ahead on all of those. That is so damn annoying. You know what? I don't even care. We're just gonna... Warehouse right there. Just bugs the hell out of me because I know for a fact that we were ahead in our planning on that. To be honest, we're going to be building so many of these dang things. We're going to have to have plenty of overlap. Then leave a gap somewhere back here. Yeah. It's going to be the same thing with these stupid hats.
I tried, but it really is past saving. Not to worry, I will produce a copy. Lots of papyrus and Egyptus. I expect a shipload soon.
Alright, well, she's trying to fix things that she broke. Alright. One more hat guy. Just these things. Yeah, getting this done. This thing is hemp. Burn through all that hemp.